This is our first audio visual podcast. So I guess it's a podcast, but video. So since this video, I'm going to show you my poison ivy. You can see, hold on, it starts about there, and then it's just continuing down there. Then it's right here and right there. Man alive, if I had only known. You think that would be a lesson learned, but no. Ow, I'm still going to complain when things aren't right. I get tired of things not being right. I get tired of, I mean, I was homeless. Hold on one second. I can't do that with this. I want my teeth to, hold on. I'm not taking out my teeth. It's a retainer. Because I'm telling you, I have been in, so you see why we don't do audio? But I decided to take you to bed with me, and I brushed my teeth and I put my retainers in, and I was like, that's it. I don't know if I told you this, but I'll tell you again. I double dose the Benadryl. Why? Because my body doesn't like me at the moment. It's all over. I mean, just everywhere, and it just keeps getting worse. I applied ice, aloe vera made it sting, all of these things. It was just one thing after another. But I wanted you to be able to see it. So there you go. But a lot happened since the poison ivy attacked me. I did the incident on a Tuesday. By Wednesday, I had one little bump on the inside of my arm. I did a little podcast thing or a little TikTok thing, whatever, and I showed just a little bandage. And then it just started spreading and spreading. And no one wants to give me prednisone, and that's fine. I've just got to wing it and get through this. But at one point in my life, I was homeless. I hung around the wrong people. When I was pregnant in 2007 and 8 with my son, I would lie in bed because I'd be in bed by like 7:30, 8 o'clock because I had to be on the air by 6. And I'd crawl into bed and I would watch all of these Friends episodes. And they were brand new to me. Brand new to me because I missed the 90s. I remember The Matrix, and we ended with that 70s show. And Christopher Titus was in between. That's what I remember about that. But anyway, it's been almost, I guess, yes, it's been a week since I was exposed, and I'm still getting new bumps as they come up. My husband and I rekindled our romance. It was at Med Express. We were walking in, and as we were walking in, I turned and looked at him in the parking lot, and I just thought, wow, we're going out. That's my man. He looks good. We're going out to the dock in the box. So we go in, and he's standing away from me, and he looks at me, and I could tell by that look, I was like, you feel it too, right? And he's like, what? I said, well, it's been a while. He goes, yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to come with you to an appointment. I said, I know. It feels really good, doesn't it? I've missed you. And he looked at me and he said, Christy, there is absolutely nothing you can do that will make me be okay with getting anything that is spreading all over your body onto my personal space. He said, heal up. I said, but the doctor touched it and touched her neck and said it was okay. She wouldn't get it. It hurt like the dickens when she did it, but she said she wouldn't get it. The oils that are coming out are the oils from my body. So I feel like, oh my gosh, yeah, I feel it was this horrible Lifetime movie. I watched it this morning and I dedicated myself. Now, this is the thing. Don't forget to tell you about the hockey pucks. And so I dedicated myself. I had my Dungeon of Doom. I know how much money my husband's making. It's not enough this week. It's not enough. And I'm on that last thing. I got to pay that mortgage, man. It's not going the way it was when I was homeless. I, it was easier than this. I worked my exercises in properly today, focusing 2 times in one day. I avoided a few phone calls. I threw away a little bit of paper, but I sat in my room. All the t-shirts that I had taken out of the drawer, and I was looking at going through and putting them up and getting rid of them so I didn't look like such a ragamuffin. And then I just went ahead and threw them all back in here because now my dungeon is collecting more and more stuff. And it's like nothing is getting done. And a lot of bills are coming out on the 27th. And the late charges they charge you is the payment I'm making. And so it's like it's just never going to end. I I don't remember life like I've never had a problem like this before. And I sat in my Dungeon of Doom and just moved papers, looked at papers, looked at how far behind I am on responding to messages and sending out exercises. Still waiting on the launch date for AWOL Zebra. My husband works 7 days a week, and one of the symptoms for me of this illness, this invisible illness, is the guilt that it brings upon you. Right now, my nipple feels like it is on fire. Lord have mercy, it is on fire. It was that, oh, I'm on fire. Was that Johnny Cash doing a version of what Bruce Springsteen did, or what? I'm not sure. But it feels like blood is boiling. It is so burning hot under my skin where the poison ivy is. I walked today, and for the first time, I felt my feet evenly, evenly balanced. No rocking back and forth, no hesitation in my comfortability. I can't believe it is a combination of this paleo diet. It is a combination of doing the different fashion modalities. Doing my exercises, not getting a walk in, being a part of my son's life by taking him back and forth to work and house sitting. And I sit with all of these papers all around me. My son's gaming, if you hear him. And I just move them from one spot to another. And I keep saying, man, I don't know how anything's going to happen. I don't know how this is going to happen. How many more treatments do I need? How many more sessions? My husband is breaking. I need to be able to support and provide help to our family. AWOL Zebra is very important to me, and it requires a lot of time and a lot of knowledge about technology that I don't quite have. And I blame myself for the poison ivy because I shouldn't have been out there doing like I did. But I'll tell you what was really super cool was that going back to this Lifetime movie, it was Jamie King, and it was based on a true story, Sherry something or another. And she faked that she was kidnapped by two Hispanic women. And then her story changed. But what had happened was ooh, I look like Cruella de Vil. Is that a blonde streak or is that a gray? Ooh, is that sexy? Ooh. Lauren Hutton kept that gap in her tooth. So did Dave Letterman. Didn't hurt them any. There we go. So she was out of her mother's life. She left her children. She was kidnapped. But she planned the kidnapping, and the person was an old high school love of hers. And she said, we need to make it look like I was hurt. Like when they cut Christopher Walken's finger off in Suicide Kings. Oh, I hate to see people lose stuff like that. Oh, they broke Paul Newman's thumbs and whatever it was. But anyway, he stands away from her and she stands up against a wall saying, I deserve it. I deserve it. And he hits the puck and it hits her in the nose, hits her in the ribs. And then he's just holding her while she's curdled, just, like that. And she was upset because she expected more than a 2-bedroom apartment that he had promised her. She was a scam artist. But you see, she inflicted this pain upon herself because she felt guilty. It was an odd, oh gosh, I'm trying not to itch. And I really doubled down on the bend nut drill. My husband, he actually went in and got it for me, and I never would have bought the real life what do you call it, Benadryl. And when he came out, it was the real bottle. And he says, the generic bottle's better, so I'm going to pour the Benadryl into that. I said, no, no. I said, we've got real Benadryl. We keep the real bottle. Next time we fill it up with the generic. He's like, you're moving up, Christy. You're going to non-generic Benadryl. I question because every modality is another charge. Every day you have to do your exercises, and then you have to work in doing the budget, trying to do the bills. And for the first time tonight, I picked my son up, and when I was coming out of the neighborhood, granted it's only been a few times and my night vision isn't all that grand, but I had no idea where I was. And I didn't like that. My body is overtaxed. I'm overtaxed too, but my body is starting. I just don't know how much more I want. I'm getting up in the morning. I'm no longer vomiting. I am doing corrective exercises. I'm looking forward to PT tomorrow. My SI joint is finally staying in place. Yes, it took me 2.5 years, but I finally got to the tailbone. I still need to tweak it. I believe my right side is pulling my left, and that's what's causing my tremendous pain that just kind of showed up this morning for the first time and it's been gone. My neck pain seems to be feeling better doing these lower exercises. It's incredible to me that the power to manage my pain was here all of the time. That's the biggest bite in the fanny. That right there. A modality that anybody can pick up and use. And then the added complements of IMT and fascial counterstrain. I feel like I can't, I would be greedy to continue feeling like I was striving for perfection, which I'm not. It's just, I think when you are in constant pain and you have that constant, intense, I was laughing. I was laughing my ass off, truthfully, when my husband and I was sitting there trying the aloe. The next thing he's like, "What if you just developed a reaction to Benadryl and aloe?" I said, "It's possible," and we're laughing. And then the next thing I know, my nipple is on fire, and so the poison ivy is winning, but I'm not going to let it win. But I felt like that woman that was getting the hockey pucks shot at her because I was like, I deserve this. I had no business out there doing what I had no business doing. And it seems I'm doing everything possible to avoid my paperwork, knowing that so many things are due on such and such a date, and it's on the 27th, and I just have to make phone calls. But that little stress alone, for whatever reason, it hasn't affected me the way it used to. I'm still able to talk. I am able to feel proper posture. The awalzero.com site is coming up. Ooh, I got my balls. These are good. Take 2 racket balls and like wrap them up with like a K-tape or whatever you want, and you put it like right back, right there at the occipital area. Like that. That feels really good. And it kind of helps. So that way, and you just kind of, I told you, we're just, ooh, don't want to make anybody seasick, but you just kind of let your skull just kind of melt into it and you feel it. And it feels really groovy, but it helps. These are things you could already have at home. There is no cookie cutter approach. Maybe what I'm doing won't work for you, but it's non-invasive. It might be worth a try. I'd love to hear from you. It's more fun when I have company. I don't know if we'll ever do another audio video one at the same time, but I thought I'd try it because the option became available to me. It's for free. So I figured, like, why not try it? So I'm starting to itch. So, all right, here we go. I appreciate your support. I look forward to seeing how this goes, and I want you to send in your emails, please. I found out we can do live chats through this as well, and I would love to be able to have a conversation and learn from you. I appreciate you being here. We will get there one fascial line at a time, and we are going to change our dysfunctional fascia, our fascial dysfunction, into perfectly remodeled fascia lines. I guess that's where we're going to, yeah. Actually, first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and rinse out my retainers and put them back in. And now I think I'm going to go to bed. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your support. Yeah. It seems like life is a lot harder with this illness than I thought. To do the exercises properly, you have to allow yourself, 30 minutes or more so you can make sure you're using the right muscles. And then just sitting in a room with messy papers. And it would just be so much easier if I could just like face the face the reality. I feel so much more at ease when I pick up the phone and make the phone call and say, hey, I can't do this month. Little things like that. So my son's getting ready to come in here because I changed the Google password and I'll tell him what it is. We'll see. I don't, I don't, it really, really, it really was easier when I didn't have to manage all of these things. I figure it's a part of aging, but I know this poison ivy and all of that stuff, that's with the mast cell stuff. And I just got to get through it. But the really cool, super pretty awesome, cool thing is my neck hasn't given out. My lower left quadrant pain has eased up since I gave it a break, something that I haven't done. And back to what I had brought up before. Is this manageable and healed enough for me? Or do I need to go down this fascia rabbit hole a little bit longer? And you know what I decided? We're going to go down the hole and dig and dig and dig and dig till we can't dig no more. Boogie, boogie no more. Oh, there's some really great concerts coming up, and I want to be able to partake in them. Oh, I forgot that you can see me. Oh, this is bad. Oh, well, hey, it's been fun, and I can't wait for awazebra.com to come. .com. They, oh, 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 hold on. Oh, my, accidentally. Oh, I was laughing so bad before because of the heart. Okay, there you go. I finally got some lubrication in my eyes. It's been a pleasure. I'll catch you tomorrow. We'll see how this goes. Ah, this is fun. I don't know. Crystal and Hanchy, AWOL Zebra. I'm like, have a lovely day.